Right, these are 100 equal parts that we made to demonstrate fractions. I'm gonna clear the board and I'm gonna clear this, and we're gonna go back and we come back to explain decimals as a particular kind of fraction, because we have fractions with different equal parts. So we've programmed here in Scratch, so we want to make 10 equal parts. So I'm gonna change my equal parts to 10, and then we're gonna go full screen. We're gonna go full screen in Scratch here. We didn't change something? Oh, the colors? Okay, so my daughter is saying that we haven't changed the colors. So we have to change the colors back to 100 divided by the number of equal parts. Okay, so now we're good to go. Let's go back here and hit that and draw it again. And good. And then now we'll make 10 equal parts. So we've programmed this. We take that pizza, rectangular pizza, and we split it into 10 equal parts, and we say each of this part is called a tenth. Each of this part is called a tenth, and here comes you now having to explain what goes after the decimal point. So if you say 0.1, you just mean one of these parts, right? You check. Now, if you say another 0.1, it makes 0.2. We'll make 0.2. So if you write 0.2, you just mean two of these equal parts, right? Two of these equal parts. And if you say 0.3, it changes to 3. You mean 3 of these equal parts. If you say 0.4, if you ever write something like 0.4, after that you mean 4 of these equal parts. If you say 0.5, you put numbers after your decimal point. 0.5 is 5 of these equal parts. If you say 0.9 is 9 of these equal parts. 0.9 is 9 of these equal parts. When you write your 0.9, it means 9 of these equal parts. So you're almost finishing your whole pizza. And then now, how do you say 0.10? Do we have 0.10? Now the error some students will make, they will go and say 0.10. If you say 0.10, you've basically come back to 0.1. Because this place is very important. It's the first place after the decimal point. So we forget about that. Is the second place. We can explain that later. So if you say 0.10, you've said nothing. What you've just said is 0.1. So there's no 0.10. You can say 0.10. All right. So here if we take all the equal parts, all the 10 equal parts, what you have is nothing after the decimal point. If this was your decimal point, if you take all the 10, it means you have your whole pizza, which is just one pizza. And that one goes to the left of your decimal point, and you have no fraction. So you can just say 1 pizza, or you say 1.0. If you still want to show that there's nothing, no fraction left, you've taken all the whole, it's now a whole pizza. And this is where you write whole numbers, 1, like that. Okay, so we'll be seeing again here at Moriri Enterprises for more demonstrations like this. Now, if we want to make things like quarters, or we want to make other stuff, let's say fifth. So we'll go back whole. Let me just demonstrate fifth. We just go back to this program and change this to 5. We change this to 5, and we come back out, and then first we hit the space bar and we draw the outline of our pizza, and then we hit the up arrow the way I've programmed it, and we'll make 5 equal parts to also explain the other parts of fractions, the other different kinds of fractions that are equal parts. So, and then each of these, we'll read it as a fifth. Now, again, kids will make some mistakes like this. If you tell them a fifth, 1/5 plus 1/5, because you're reading it as 1/5, a child will go and will add this like this. 1/5 plus 1/5, the child will go and write 2/10. They'll do 2/10. You don't blame the child. They're doing what they've learned. Like, you add this. Some teachers will say, hey, you add this top, you don't add this. But after a while, the kids will forget what you're actually talking about. So, but how do we do it in Moriri? We don't read this 1/5. We say 1/5. Fifth is this size, So 1/5 plus 1/5. This size is called a fifth. So I'm seeing it's the same size. 1/5 plus 1/5. These are all fifths. So 1/5 plus 1/5 gives what? 2 fifths. And then you have to add S. Some kids will say 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet. You see, the numeracy will not follow the literacy, right? The literacy will not follow the numeracy. Literacy just means the speech, okay? So here you say 1/5 plus 1/5, 2 fifths. Remember the 1/5, I'm not adding S. like you say, 1 apple plus 1 apple is now 2 bananas. You don't change the number. So 1 apple plus 1 apple is 2 apples. So kids really need to understand this. And this is Moriri Enterprises. We teach using the shortest path to the brain. We explain everything, and we use simple language for kids to understand. So what is Moriri? Moriri is a way of learning. It's a world-class, cutting-edge way of learning where we use instructions to the brain. We use words that the brain can understand. So we use literacy, the power of language, and then we put it into instructions like programming, into instructions like instructing the brain, because the brain is, the computer is an electric brain, and our normal brain is an organic one, all right? So we believe it can be more powerful than the computer. And then we are, of course, using the strength of the computer to explain things. So thank you very much, and check our YouTube page for more interesting videos from Moriri Teaching Videos. Adieu.